So the poll on Wednesday, if you had the budget to invest in a product management professional development for a team of 5 to 10, where would you spend that money? In live product management training got 2 votes, and hands-on workshop got 4 votes. We didn't get any votes for on-demand product management training, coaching, other and share. I'm gonna, my vote showing up here. Jason, where did you vote?
I vote in hands-on workshops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why hands-on workshop?
I saw you voted on hands-on workshop.
You can't see where I voted when you vote.
Oh, okay. Good call. Good call. Yeah. So I don't know. I've had experience on both kind of the training and I think that the way product management has been most effective in when I've been either doing training or been a part of the training with my groups has been, working through real problems that we're having with templates and trying to do prioritization with real problems and just kind of getting hands-on, see where you end up. Gives you an idea to do retrospective, because where you fail is where you do the most learning. And you're just not going to get that experience just through, a lecture course or something like that. You actually have to get hands-on in order to kind of show where you're doing some missteps in order to improve.
I completely agree. And obviously I voted for this one as well. For me, I actually think I learned more about product management and even pragmatic marketing when I was helping people as a consultant implement it. And you see so many different shades of ways, and it's going to be different for everybody. But once you get people working on it, it opens your eyes and it starts making it real, not just something that's on a slide that somebody talks about. Completely
See
agree.
one, do one, teach one.
Yeah. Or the Chinese proverb, right? Tell me and I forget, show me and I remember, involve me. I learn, right? Yeah. John, which did you vote on this one?
I actually didn't, because I was so torn. Every time I would go to the page, I'd be like, and so the ambiguity got me lame. I was waffling between hands-on workshop and coaching, because essentially the coaching is the on-site version of the hands-on workshop to me. Like, that's people coming and watching you do the real thing, helping adjust the way you do the real thing so that you get that same doing the learning kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But I guess some of it probably depends on the maturity of the organization and the individuals you're trying to get trained up. So.
Yeah, Greg had talked about the teaching people to fish. I remember the first time as a product leader where I had a product manager who I was at that crossroads where I could either catch the balls he was dropping and do it for him, or I could teach him how to do it and do it properly. And I'm so glad I made the second choice, right? Because when you start becoming a product leader, it's hard to scale if you're catching all your team's balls. And this happened to be in a financial building pro formas and that type of stuff and doing projections for a 3-year business plan. But once you can teach some of those things, and so to your point, their coaching and hands-on workshops have there's a dovetail there and the value you're getting and how you're going to do that, because you could argue that my coaching for him was a hands-on workshop because I was teaching him how to write a 3-year pro forma. And build it and build the assumptions for that. I think
if you're no, go ahead.
No, you go.
If to my earlier story about the company where I created product management, like I would probably start with live product management training just to give a baseline.
Yep.
And then as we evolve, move to hands-on workshops and evolve, go to coaching for the continuous improvement thing. So
I completely and totally agree. Steve, where did you vote? Did you vote?
I think I voted for hands-on, but I agree with what John just said, and it really has to do with 2 factors. I mean, there's scale and there's implementation. I mean, if you're trying to get a lot of people up to speed quickly, you can communicate a lot of data in a 6-hour class for 40 people.
Yeah.
But if you want to try and, actually apply it, then you need like 1 instructor and maybe 10 people who are working in 2 cohorts or something. And once you get into more advanced levels, it's like, no, I need to have a one-on-one conversation with an expert. And, it's kind of like what you really want for your kids is a tutor, but you can't afford it. right? I mean, school is costing you $10,000 a year in taxes, but a tutor is going to cost you $140,000 a year. So, you know, that's the balance,
Well,
right?
but
I
that
mean,
means the kids would actually have to listen to the tutor also, which is my kid's problem.
right, right. But, and so, you know, that's why, I think that John's right. I mean, it's a combination of things, but I think you don't necessarily need one-on-one coaching to the freshman class.
Yeah.
It's when you get into, you know, more advanced application, and particularly, you know, if you're doing like a team building thing where you're bringing a whole bunch of people together, half the people don't really want to be there, and so they're just going to listen to you talk while they do email. Um, but the more you get into the application, the more handholding maybe you need.
Yeah.
And then when you get into advanced stuff, I'm working with a team right now that's met, and I posted about this on the community. They're embarking on a fairly massive conversion from one platform to another, and almost all of their customers are in a renewal state. So I'm like, wait, you're changing the platform during their renewal time. You know,
That's
there's a
not
lot
smart.
of opportunity for failure here.
Yeah.
And so this is a one-on-one consulting thing. This is
Yeah.
not a generic sort of, you know, hey, let's talk about migration strategy, because you can't approach that problem generically. So I don't know. That was a
Yeah.
long
No, you,
non-answer
you
again.
brought Steve, we've become accustomed to those. Live product management got 2 votes. I don't know who voted for those, but one thing I'll throw out there just as an idea, is it solving the same problem, right? Certification is not a professional development problem. Certification is people want to say they've checked a box. It's not about building the skills, right? Team building, bringing my team together for something, that's a motivational and team building problem you're solving, not a product management professional development. You may be trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but I think there are different problems you're trying to solve, and sometimes different mediums are going to solve different problems.
But also, after spending a long time doing lecture style training, I would never do that anymore. I mean, even if I've got 40 people in a, get together, team building, whatever, I'm going to spend 15 or 20 minutes setting up a scenario and then give them 30 to 40 minutes to apply that. I mean, so
Yeah.
even a lecture style setup can become a hands-on workshop.
No.
And that's been successful for me, except in one case. Um, in the after action report, I chatted with the VP, the buyer, and she said, well, there was an awful lot of lollygagging around. We could have done a whole lot more content. And I'm like, so clearly her perception was that, if we had done a lecture, we could have covered twice as much, but you wouldn't have learned twice as much. I mean, the head can only hold so much.